Hey YouTube, it's Kierston Sharell here, and I'm bringing you guys the highly requested video for how I was diagnosed with PCOS. And this video I'm not going to try to keep it too long because it's really not that much to get into details with, but I definitely want to make sure I tell you guys everything and how I started my journey to losing weight. So PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome. And I had no clue what that was. I was not raised knowing what it was. I didn't grow up knowing what it was. And the only reason why I even found out was because of my mom. So growing up, my mom was all in my face. It was just me, my sister, and my mom. So she was very attentive to the things that I did. I couldn't do anything without her figuring out. I mean, you can't get no piercing. You can't get no tattoo without her knowing. She was going to know everything. If you have a mom that's really close to you, you understand what I'm talking about. So my mom was realizing that I was growing little hairs underneath my chin, and I didn't even realize it. I mean, I didn't even look or even care that close to be in my face to see that. So my mom was like, that's not right, that's not normal. I want to get you checked out because no one in our side has that. And since I'm not close with my dad's side of the family like I would like to be, then I don't really know if they have it or what the case may be. So I went to my OBGYN and my mom ended up talking to him and was telling him her concerns. And he was just looking like he kind of knew, and he was like, I want to get her some blood work done. So the blood work was going to take a while to get back. And I remember one day, I remember the day exactly, we were at the, Lens Crafters. We was at the glasses place getting my mom's glasses. And the doctor called her while we were waiting on her glasses to be ready. And he was just like, Kierston has PCOS and it's this. And she was just looking, I didn't really listen to all the conversation. And when she got off the phone, I was like, Mom, what did he say? She was like, well, he's saying that you have something called polycystic ovarian syndrome and all that. And the first thing I did, Google. I'm a Google frenzy. I love Googling stuff to the point where it's not good. Because when I'm sick, I be thinking I have cancer. So I Googled, and the first thing I figured out was that you are infertile. Well, yeah, you're not able to have children. You have cysts over your ovary. I saw every bad thing you can see about polycystic ovarian syndrome. And at the time, I was only 16 years old. So this was kind of like a lot of news dropped on me when I thought all my life I was going to have 5 kids and a husband. That's my goal, 5 kids, Everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I'm going to have that. So I really was just froze to the point where one minute I planned my life as having children, and the next minute I may not never ever be able to have a child. So my doctor made sure that I knew that just because of the fact of me having polycystic ovarian syndrome, it doesn't mean I won't be able to have a child. There's so many things that you can do in vitro and a lot of other things that you can do to get, yourself pregnant when you're ready. So I took that out of my mind. He told me he was going to send me to a polycystic ovarian specialist. And that's when I met my first kind of female doctor. Yeah. So she was, I'm not going to say her name or anything like that, but she just prescribed me birth control. She was the first person that told me about birth control, about basically what I needed with the polycystic ovarian syndrome. And that was basically to balance my hormones. Well, what she didn't do is read my chart where it said that I have acid reflux. So taking birth control and having acid reflux is not good, which is send me to the ER. So guys, don't do that. Please don't. So just in case anybody out there that has acid reflux, you didn't know, you can't take the pill. Hey, you can't take the pill. Please don't take it. So I went back to my OBGYN and I was like, listen, this is what's going on, doc. I have to get back on birth control because I want to balance my hormones. I want to see if this works. And he was like, well, I don't know what to do for you because if you can't take that, then I'm not really sure. There's not many other options. Well, we looked up a few things where I will be able to possibly take other pills instead of doing birth control, but also doing birth control. So let me explain. I went to my dermatologist about a couple years ago, and she told me, hey, you're not the only one. I have the pills for you. And I'm like, what? So she let me know that there's a pill out there called spirolactone that will balance your hormones and get rid of your acne, slow down your hair growth, balance your period. It will, what else? Do all that good stuff for polycystic ovarian syndrome. Basically, stop if you have your hair that's shedding or thinning, your actual hair that's thinning or anything like that. Stop that. Stop the hair growth. And like I said, so she was just basically reassuring me that all my issues were about to be taken care of. So I was so excited. I was super, super excited. But one thing that she told me I had to be aware of is the side effects. So I'm like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care about the side effects. I don't want no acne, y'all. I had severe acne. I'm gonna put up clips before this so you guys can see my acne. It was horrible. I mean, my friends will be able to tell you, they'll probably comment down below. Kierston, I remember that. Because my acne wasn't acne, it hurt. It hurt to touch my face because they weren't just acne, they were cysts. So my doctor told me that, I was like, wow. The dermatologist is just hooking a girl up. She's telling me everything I need to know. Like, this is the best decision ever to go to her. She hooks me up with some spirolactone. I go to the pharmacy, get that filled out, boom, bada bam. Got those pills, start taking them. Now, let's fast forward. Take them for 2 months straight. I have been having nothing but hot flashes. I have not been able to stand up for too long of a period. It was the worst side effects I have ever had with any medication. And I came to the conclusion that I would never take spirolactone again. Now, for my body, it just was not working. My acne, gone. You know what I'm saying? It didn't slow down my hair growth as much as I would like it to, but it did slow it down, not gonna lie. It did everything that I needed it to do, but the side effects were so much. I was sweating, guys. I mean, I was like, came out of the rain, like sweating. And I really didn't like that. I didn't like the hot flashes, the unable to sleep, the loss of appetite, everything that I was having. It was so much I couldn't do it. So I decided to stop taking spirolactone, and I told God, I said, if this was what it's meant to be, and I'm not supposed to take this anymore, then please don't let my acne, let me figure out how to get this acne to stay away. I haven't been taking spirolactone in a year. It's been a whole year, and I have not had any acne. I don't know what, I don't know if it's supposed to do that, if it's not supposed to do that, if it cures you, I don't know. But by the grace of God, I've taken spirolactone for only 2 months straight, only had to get it refilled once because I decided not to take it ever again, and I didn't have my acne anymore. Now, the hair growth is still there, and my hormones is not sort of balanced. I still feel like I'm the same person, but I'm aware of how to control myself, if that makes sense. And my periods are back regular. Now, I am on birth control. Remember, I wanted to say too, I'm kind of on doing both. So I am on birth control. I'm on the 3-year Skyla. It's kind of the sister to the Mirena. And I love it. And I'm no longer taking the spirolactone, but I do still have that in. And I'm not sure if that helps anyway, or if that is a reason that I'm doing so good without acne and stuff like that. But I definitely love my birth control. I'm very comfortable with it. Maybe if you guys have any questions about that, let me know down below, and I'll be able to answer your questions about that if you're interested in knowing more about my birth control and stuff like that. I know some girls, they ask those type of questions. But my polycystic ovarian syndrome is not anything that it didn't teach me a lesson from. It just taught me that I have to prove myself now that I'm not, this overweight person, because that was the main thing that I was scared of. I was never going to be able to lose weight. I Googled, and all these bad YouTube videos come up about, oh, I only lose a pound, I can't lose weight, I'm never going to be skinny again, all these bad things. Keep going. All these bad things, and I was just like very afraid that that would be me. So losing weight is a video that's coming up next, and if it's not already out, it should be. So it'll probably be linked in the description bar below, whichever way or whichever order it is, and you guys will see both videos on how I lost weight and my PCOS story. So that drove me really to lose weight and to actually show that PCOS girls can actually do this. So I went ahead and my diet and my journey. So if you guys are polycystic ovarian syndrome ladies and you ever feel like you want to go ahead and get on that diet and on that journey, I really do suggest that you do it. It makes me feel so much better. I don't feel like this heavy breathing, you know, sugar drinking girl anymore. I still drink sugar though. I still drink a lot of sugar though. But I just don't feel like that like obese person anymore that I was. I was 286 pounds. I'm now 224. And by doing a 500 calorie diet, it made me successful at that, which is coming soon, like I said in another video. So polycystic ovarian syndrome didn't describe me, didn't define me, didn't, you know, set into my body and take over, because I just won't let it. So I hope you guys won't either, and I hope you guys found this video interesting, and I hope it answers some of your questions. If you still got other questions, just write it down below. I promise I'll get to it. I promise. So I hope you guys love this video, and subscribe and like, and Polycystic Ovarian Awareness September. Bye.
Your piece was